inconsistency and failure of former creeds. These are some of the points of my creed, and all of them I have proved. But I do not pause here. I am living in a workaday world, and I am told that if my rule of life, as it is called, is taken from me, that if my scriptures and my gospel, my creeds and my faith are removed from me, I shall be in a ship at sea without an anchor. I recall a portion of these teachings, and I find them enunciated in the form of 10 commandments. I recite them, and see how far they become to me the rule of life. The first tells me that I shall have none other God but me. That word me is echoed in 10,000 clamouring voices, each one pretending to explain that me, and all differing the one from the other. I am told that I should honour my father and mother, that my days may be long in the land which the Lord my God giveth me, when I see the disobedient prolong their days, and the fair, the obedient, and kindly withdrawn. I am told that I shall not kill, that I shall commit no murder, and I see beneath the standard of Christ and the banners blessed by the priests of Christ, in the name of Christ, the merciful Prince of peace and love, of him who prayed for pity even on his murderers. I see thousands and thousands arraying themselves against one another in the name of Christianity, and destroying each other wholesale. I am told I shall not steal, though I may be a wandering beggar, fluttering in rags and dying for want of bread. But put a crown on my head and scepter in my hand, and I may steal my neighbour's wages, and pass acts to make my thefts legal. When my lands are not broad enough, when my restless ambition is not content with the baubles I wear, I may steal my neighbour's crown, and kill men to my heart's content until I obtain what I require. I may not covet my neighbour's goods. Alas! Alas! Who shall tell the hungry labourer by the wayside not to covet? Who shall bid the poor, the oppressed, the hewers of wood and drawers of water, not to covet? Not those, we trust, who covet their neighbour's lands. Not those, we trust, who covet power, that lust for it with such mighty and resistless ambition that they become tyrants, and autocrats, and oppressors. Not those who cause workmen by the hundred to sell their blood, their life, their time, their labour, because that labour converts their power to work into the wealth of the capitalist. But when we are looking to see a rule of life that will work in an order of society made up of immense differences, let us apply that rule. If it fail, can it be God's law? Can it be the law of him who in the glorious harmony of the planetary system has not bade 2 stars alike, and yet all move on by countless millions in their different order, glory, size, and neither jostling nor harming each other, but all completing the grand, magnificent circuit of the skies? Can it be the law of him who is all wise, and all good, and all powerful? We think not. And with all honor and respect for the ancient seers and prophets, with the deepest reverence for the inspiration which came to them in the hour of their need, and in the time when they required rules of life appropriate to the condition in which they lived, we ask, are we never to move forward to more practical issues? Are we never to have such revelations as, without disturbing old landmarks, will explain them, add to them, and bring us to a more practical and everyday form of religious teaching? This is what we ask. Within the last few hours they have given to us, not as authority, not as displacing those old landmarks, or touching them in any respect, but in all loving kindness, to practical, working, everyday minds, such commandments as we may all read and analyze, and apply if we choose. The results of that application you may judge for yourselves when you question of the spirits that have gone before. It is our purpose to close by reading in brief the 10 commandments of workaday spirits, of those who have counted up the sands of life, and found that every grain is to be recognized as a part of the spiritual body that constitutes the man of eternity.